It's schnitzel time. Gotta wake up early, put the chicken on the press, to bread it up. We gotta try our best. It's schnitzel time. Good day, everybody. Welcome to episode 41 of Comfort's Couch Storytelling Extravaganza. We're having a fun day with updates as well as a conversation with Pixel Source. Welcome to the stage, bud. Here, let's get Crazy Jack up here.
Hey, how's it going?
Impeccably well. Thank you for asking. How about yourself?
Yeah, very good. It's absolutely coming down with cats and dogs outside here in the UK with our typical British weather. So yeah, we got a lot of rain right now. So I'm trying to sort of like find the quietest room in the office right now.
No worries, no worries. Thank you, thank you for striving, to help build in the open. That's what it's all about. The flaws and all kind of get shown in our scaling and production ability as we kind of go through these things. Let's go to Crazy Jack real quick. Let's see what he wants to share with us today. Crazy Jack, what
What's
are you
going
doing?
on?
What are you doing, Jack Attack?
Sit around the house.
Yeah. How's the weather down there?
Really sunny and warm.
Okay. Did you get any of your goals accomplished today with the rigs, with all the different things?
I got just a press that can play against industrial press.
Okay. Look, we're inching up from third place. We're second place. We're gonna get you in that top slot. You're gonna be a number one contender as long as you just keep striving at it.
I'm sorry, I've been more to do this.
Oh yeah. No, no, no. You got an image to share of your dress to impress?
At the top, at the top, right?
Okay, cool. My little Bubbo phone, she's chugging along. She tries to keep up. But thank you for chatting and chilling with us, Crazy Jack. Oh man, Pixel, stick around. We're gonna be talking about publishing, blockchain, all that fun stuff. And Pixel Source has got a lot of wild ideas kind of embedded into their own project, games, stories, and some remarkable technology that y'all been kind of pressing together for the past, I guess the later part of the technology a year, but the total collection 2 years, if I'm
Actually,
not
yeah, we're coming.
mistaken.
We've just passed 3 years.
Oh my
We're doing.
God, we're so old, huh?
Oh man, it goes so quickly though. That's the scary thing. It's like, one. I think they say 1 month is like a year in Web3, and it does kind of feel like that sometimes. But I tell you what, I've enjoyed every minute of it so far.
Oh yeah, no, no, breakneck speed. Definitely, I've had, more growth just in my own building potential and what I'm building and the direction that I'm achieving with what I'm building than I definitely could have been able to scale by myself alone. You know, I would have long since given up not having these different luminescent breadcrumbs
All
to
right,
kind of
yeah.
to kind of follow through the darkened wood, which is kind of what inspired me to invite you onto the couch because I host this storytelling space. I have this understanding where my lens of the world is that we're not Homo sapien, but we're more the Pan-Naren or the storytelling chimpanzee. And stories are very important to us because from stories we derive philosophy. Then we have mythos and legend, and then laws, and then I mean the whole thing, moral code of conduct, all kind of stems from the stories that we tell. And I feel it's very important that we kind of figure out how to awaken the storytellers in mass from the lethargy of custom and the film of familiarity. No matter what your story is, kinda. If it's a sci-fi thriller or a children's book, some of the Zen masters used to say that it flows through all things. And so when I saw your post about minting, the claws, and I was like, oh no, the Raptors. And hit me with Uncle Drew's song that he has about it. We'll play here in a little bit. Uncle Drew, incredible artist. Uh, but it's seeing that, if you minted it, you can have your name put into the story. It just echoed so closely with what I was doing, trying to figure out uh, like plausible utility for my own collection that I hope to release toward the end of the month. But I am known for setting impossible goals. I've been writing one book for over almost 7 years now. So
Well, I always say the impossible is only impossible until you make it possible.
well
You
said.
know, it's true though. There are lots of things that, I mean, one of the things I thought was going to be impossible recently was getting the formatting right for Amazon, getting the getting the ebooks and the paperbacks and the hardbacks formatting right for Amazon. It seemed impossible, but then all of a sudden today was the breakthrough, and I finally managed to get it, and it's all been submitted. So the impossible became possible today. So no, I'm a big fan of that for sure.
Oh, amazing. Did you use a software like
Um,
there's
so
or did you do it by hand, or how'd you go
Yeah, it
about
was kind of a mix of the two. You see, Amazon provide these little templates, and they're not massively helpful. So what it is
it?
it's a lot of trial and error to sort of get the exact dimensions right, and then you'll find that between the paperback and the hardback, there'll be elements of the cover that don't quite make it from one to the other. So you're constantly having to tweak things around and move things around, and essentially creating two different covers. And then you've got like the Kindle side of things as well, which throws a whole other sort of spanner in the works. But it's all fun and it's all a learning curve. And again, I think this kind of like underpins the genius of Web3, which is that it's something that you're constantly learning and being educated in. I've been here 3 years, and every single day I'm learning something new. So I think that's one of the things I love so much about this space.
Um, oh, 100%. That was one of my hurdles, going from a doc or a Google document to something that looks real. And let me pull her up here. What technology am I using today? Atticus, Atticus, for long form story and formatting. It's pretty spot on for like what it can do. And I'm so glad we have these tools at our disposal, so we're not having to go to the traditional publishing route
For sure. I
and
mean, and that
and
was
pay
I
them
was
you
I was
know
going to say that was the other. Obviously there are other platforms available, but for me, I just used Amazon, and I think the great thing about Amazon is I haven't had to pay a penny um, to get the book published. I mean, luckily it's been skills that I've learned, like cover design and obviously the writing side of it. But as far as the actual costs, it cost absolutely nothing to actually publish a book. I mean, and I think that's the amazing
Mhm.
thing about self-publishing these days is you have that ability to be the sort of master of your own your own world in more ways than one. So I'm very very thankful, and
Mhm.
like you say, we've got some amazing tools available to us now. I think people 20, 30 years ago would have just about killed to have what we have these days. So
Oh yeah,
for sure.
bruh. Sure. I use BookBrush for cover design just because I don't have the whatever, and how they format it works with my needs. And being able to take that, slap it with Atticus, and almost have a minimal viable product that's ready to go to Ingram Spark or Amazon, uh, you know, with little lag time, between what I'm envisioning and what I'm creating, which is the kind of the fulfillment of the promise of technology. Um, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I saw Louis C. Rhymes do something really cool with his NFTs using Shopify. And he set it up so that if you own one of his NFTs, or his digital assets, you could have access to the download of his library or whatever music he had available at the
Oh,
time.
that's brilliant. That's genius. Yeah, I know.
And
I know that
I was like,
Shopify are
what if you
going.
did that for books?
Yeah, that would be
You
awesome,
know?
wouldn't it? Shopify are actually, as far as I'm aware, they are sort of aggressively exploring the whole Web3 route. So it's going to be very interesting to see them take this up because I mean it's just primed. I mean so many pieces of merchandise that all of these projects are desperate to create. Shopify is usually your one-stop shop for all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be really good when they fully embrace Web3.
Oh, 100%. I'm hoping myself that I can have it set up because it just seems so simple. You own X amount, you just get the complimentary download and you order the physical, but the physical's not coming from Amazon. It's coming from, a different location. So that way you can do the whole Pinterest, Patreon. There's other creative platforms who have been doing this. I'll send you the gift box with the tailor-made ribbon and everything. It's just this gourmet piece of artisanship. But I think bringing the blockchain into it not only will allow a greater form of consensus, but will uh, kind of broaden the scope and scale that the artwork can get to versus
Absolutely.
it just being siloed off.
Absolutely, and this also boils down to another one of my core values with my NFT project, which is you have to produce something which is meaningful utility, not just shoehorned in because we all think it's the right thing to do. I think
Right.
only produce utility when it's right, and it's as I say, it's meaningful to your project, and I think that's the thing. We could have come out with a game a few months into being in NFTs. It have been really cheap and shoddy, but we could have done it just to tick that box. But it wasn't the right time, and I think that's the thing. You got to do things at the right moment when it's right for you, and obviously when it's right for the market as well. But yeah, no, I love. I think this is one of the elements of Web3 that I love so much is the ability to create utility, and essentially expand the meaningfulness of your projects and really make it stand out. Sorry, I apologize. I saw Crazy Jack had his hand up there, and I didn't want to sort of talk over him.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. Crazy Jack, what you got, buddy?
But just to impress.
Let me see. Let me go up top. Nope, that's Steven Share.
He saw it. He did.
Uh-oh. Jack, you making big waves out there, sir. Slow it down. You're everywhere. Oh, I like it. I like that. Nice work, bud. You keep pressing that. Hey, Jack's everywhere. He's a social media phenom. Every time I kind of explore into a different, social media realm just to see what's going on, there Jack is with the biggest of smiles and the best support. Um, the thing about Web3, and for me, my definition of Web3 is the association, the feedback loop between blockchains, marketplaces, and social media spaces. And it's between them that we get that feeling of something else, something extra, something more. But here you really have to earn it. You're either gonna be grifting people and it comes super easy, or you're gonna work really hard at it for a very long period of time. Because this isn't even the Wild West. This is the primordial wastelands. We're still fashioning crude sticks together, and chasing all saber-toothed beasts with clubs. We're not even efficient at dealing with the shitfluencers and the meme coin seasons and all of that properly yet. Uh, but you got to work for it here. Um, and Pixel Source has definitely, in my eyes, been out there just trying you know, to make it fit, make it work. And you are making it make sense. What you got, bud?
Oh no, I was just going to say completely agree. I remember, and I know you've been around for a couple of years as well, at least. And I remember back to 2021 when everyone was talking about like you said, the Wild West, and they're also saying, "Oh, imagine what it's going to be like in a year from now when everyone's onboarded." And here we are, 2 years later, and we're really not that much further along. I'm talking about the greater Web3. We really are not that
Yeah,
much further along as far as like the general onboarding goes. So we are still in that primordial stage. I completely agree with you, Comfort. I think that's completely accurate sort of portrayal. But you know what? It's from that little goop that all of these amazing sort of evolutions
hmm
happen, and I think that's just the most exciting part, or the most exciting point to be in and actually to thrive in and to create in, is that kind of like that little primordial soup that you were talking about. So I'm really excited that we're kind of in that kind of phase at the moment, and who knows when the mass onboarding is going to happen, whether it's 5 months from now, 5 years from now. I think what we need to really focus on is what we're doing right now. Is it meaningful? And also the people that are already here, let's convince those people to realize that actually there's some really cool stuff being built that the influencers aren't talking about. I think that's the really cool thing.
exactly. A thousandfold. Like I used to say it. I was like, it isn't an NFT convention if you don't have, the OGs whose technology helped contribute to the advancement of the space be in there. If Hashlips isn't speaking on the stage, or a representative speaking on the stage from that technology, mind you, that was 2 years ago, and a lot's changed. There's different advancements. There's a lot of projects that have come out of that. The IO team they're working on a crazy app where it's social media and minting functionality. And I'm planning on uh, minting a flip book of my book on the blockchain with their aid. Now, Hashlips, or no, it wasn't Hashlips. It was somebody in the Hashlips community did it basically for just a one-off project. Like, look, oh, here I wrote this little bit of code that lets you have a flip book on OpenSea, like a book that you can read and flip the pages in, very simple PDF format. But if you apply that with other contracts, like the 6551 contract, you can create an asset that's like a bookshelf. You- You're not just dropping meme coins, but in art, but limited, visual art. You're dropping whole collections. You're dropping anthologies into those things, which I thought was pretty cool. Just to think about where that's going and what that could be used for, because we are truly only limited by our imaginations here. Crazy Jack, real quick, what you got, bud?
First place.
Nuh-uh, you just did this, boy. Don't mess with me.
First place. I don't care. I got first place.
Damn. See what happens? You keep pressing, you keep moving. It reminds me, Jack. Not that second place is a failure or third place or any of it is, but the cool video that talks about the value of something, judging it not on its success but on all of its failures.
I got first place though. I got first.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what makes it even better. I love it.
Push to the top. I'm pushing to the top and pick me winning first place on the podium.
Standing on business, Jack. I love it.
First
I
place
love
on
it.
the podium. First place.
Hold on. I'm not used to having this, so hold on, Jack. You ready? Boom.
First place though on the podium.
I love it, bud. I love it. Oh man, where was I? Hold on. I lost my place, Jack. No, threw me off. Oh, using our imagination. These projects, these types of small business startups, whatever this is, uh, we are truly limited by our imagination. And a lot of people lack the necessary imagination. That's why you see so many widespread failure across NFT projects, because they're all looking to sue and stew for what's the next big thing, what's the next meta, as if they were just running a dungeon in World of Warcraft. But they have the opportunity to build and establish many a community but definitely failed to do so. And I'm kind of glad they did fail. That way, the people who genuinely want to continue building in this space can continue to do so, absent them. And those people kind of distorting the signal with all the noise. Because it shouldn't be a popularity contest. Let the most collaborative, cooperative, and creative projects and people and artists, let those be the ones who win it all.
It's so
But
true.
I'm itching to.
It's so true. I have a kind of love-hate relationship with the influencer side of things, and unfortunately, it's always the same kind of projects that are being spotlighted. And I always go on about this. I think there's so many amazing things being created, and I'm not even talking about our projects. I'm talking about other amazing projects that I've seen over the past 3 years. Is that there just so many amazing things and technologies that people are. Like the flip book that you were just talking about, that's actually utilizing the latest sort of blockchain technology. I think to integrate that into OpenSea. Why aren't more people talking about that project, for example? And I think if you're going to keep dipping into those same projects all the time, you're just going to get the same kind of responses, the same kind of reactions. I think that what this space needs is something to really push it forward, and I think that's where that all this fresh blood, these new ideas, this is where to look. And I think the influencers obviously have their role in this space, but I think I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to the time where some smaller projects can sort of rise to the top, because there's so many amazing things being done out there.
hmm And I think that you know, we used to be it used to be called the information age, the age of information. And I feel with the technology that we have and the time that we have, uh, now more than ever, we are edging towards this creator economy is what they call it. And then they pay schmucks money on YouTube to do silly things or whatever they're doing. But I'm feeling like the true term, the true flavor, the essence and the marrow of it is an inspiration economy. And I think we will see projects stand the test of time, companies stand the test of time, who can inspire more in this, especially in our arena where everything is hyperbolic. A month here is a year elsewhere. And like if you look at like Hashlip's community, the Sketchy Apes didn't have a super huge success compared to like other things like Utes or Shillin' Villain or what you just pick one of the randos out there, influencer level project stuff that it didn't hit to. Um, but the legacy of the milestones that he was able to achieve are still echoing out throughout the ecosystem. The book we co-authored might be heading toward the moon in December. I think that's the reset launch date for that. And a story that was just scraps about to be deleted in a Discord, an unused Discord thing. And Sarah and I came through and whisked it together, hit it with some crème fraiche and a nice little fruit filling and produced this amazing cake, in 6 months. And I've been working on the story for like 7 years and seeing this exponential growth rate from scraps to in an Amazon publishing direct sense on my table, and then potentially onto the surface of the moon. What a story to tell.
I love it. Again, it's these are true success stories, and I think there are so many. I think about how many ideas that people have out there. They say everyone has a book in them, and I genuinely believe that. I think everyone's got a story to tell, and I think it's such a shame when you think how many of those books will never ever make it into
Oof.
between the leaves of a book. I think it's so sad. So anyone out there, I think the number one message I certainly want to put out there is that literally the tools are out there for anyone to be able to put something down. And even if it takes you 6 months, a year or whatever, Just
Hmm.
put those ideas down and get something out there, because it is 100% possible.
Well, we need all the stories. Like we're in a world that lacks proper story. And I think the only way to fix that is to like supercharge the system like you would if you're sick. You hit it with the vitamin C or the whatever, the stuff you take when you're sick. You kind of inoculate the system with it. I feel like, liberating the creative mind, allowing storytellers this kind of ubiquitous opportunity to put their grandmother's tale into words onto the blockchain before the waters wash away their village is paramount to us getting to the stars and beyond that, settling spaceship Earth and the rest of the solar system properly versus what we have today, which is an obey your thirst, drink Sprite type of story. It's all just business. And it lacks, I feel, the proper villainry. And you hit it on the head, you know, just a couple seconds ago. For me, my greatest foe is the unwritten pages of history. That's where I wish all of my enemies to be found there. But let me and my loved ones not be cast into such a void, lest we find it staring backwards upon us. Anyway, I'm being silly. I'm being poetic. This is a storytelling extravaganza. I would definitely want to touch bases with you because being a storyteller, I want to know kind of how y'all came about this world for all of your dinos. Enough to have music be created by Uncle Jew. Get him in here, Yamaza. Um, as well, I was looking at, you have worlds, so you have lands, you've got world building potentially happening there. I saw little animations going on. Where does all that come from, and where is it going?
Okay, well, it literally all comes from my head. It's the culmination of a lifelong love of dinosaurs. Basically, it stems right back to being in a movie theater watching Jurassic Park with my parents, and
Hey,
not even.
hey, you got a sick Jurassic Park collection, by the way. I saw some of your
You saw
dinos.
them,
I
yeah.
was like having flashbacks with my little bro.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, no. The great thing about that whole story is that they were taking me to this to the we call it the cinema here in the UK. They took me to the cinema to see Jurassic Park, and I had no idea that what I was going to see. I had no idea what Jurassic Park was, and I just sat there and I was absolutely mesmerized by it. And literally that summer, there's a whole section in the book that I've written. That there's a little letter from the author thing at the end of the book that where I discuss all this. But I'm sort of saying about how that was the catalyst that summer that after I watched that movie. And I just disappeared into a world of like writing and playing with action figures and all that kind of stuff. And that was the start of I genuinely believe it was the start of Pixelsaurus because I was writing things, I was reading comics, I was also heavily into fighting fantasy. I don't know if you've heard of fighting fantasy. They're the kind of
uh-oh, what's that?
so what it is they're kind of like adventure books, like choose your own adventure books, and you kind of like you read one page and it says turn to you basically have a choice. You can either it'll say like you're coming up to a fork in the road. If you turn left, go to page 42. If you turn right, go to page 326. And it's really good because then you go to that page and then you're offered all these different choices. So no two reads of the book are the same. And I think I love that idea of like being lost in a world of choices and adventure and all that kind of stuff. And I think that was certainly one of the catalysts also for our current book, which was a direct tie-in to our latest NFT collection. And when you were asking about like the ideas, when I first came into Web3, I wanted to create something that was more than just a piece of art, that it actually gives the user something to do. So, the holder can they can customize their traits for free. They can actually be fused to the blockchain, to the metadata, absolutely free. And then you guys actually essentially become a part of the law. You get to actually influence the law of the project. And I just love that idea. So our kind of tagline, our little slogan with the project is join the story. And we very much sort of literally mean that. So when you mint a Pixelsaurus and then you choose the traits, you actually become a part of the project by creating, whether or not you want it to be he, she, or they, them. We put in that option for inclusivity as well, because it's not something that we like throw down people's throats. We just want people to have that choice if they want it. So I think it's just nice that we can have our holders be a meaningful part of the storytelling as well. But then as far as our most recent story goes, the Legends of Spectre Forest, it's called. It's actually directly based on our latest collection. There's a whole sub theme, which is an ultra rare theme in the collection, and it's one of the regions on the maps that we've created. So I know you also mentioned about the map. So every single island. Every single collection that we've had so far, so this is our 5th collection, Pixelsaurus Claw. Every island that we've created has been for specific to one of those collections. So and on those islands, there are all sorts of different regions. If you imagine it like kind of Pokemon, so we've got like forest areas, we've got mountainous areas, we've got caves, things like that. And so this latest story that we've created, the first proper story, is based around one of those regions, and we really dig into the lore. And now that's available. Well, it's going to be available very shortly on Amazon. And the great thing about it is that if you're not in Web3, you can still enjoy the story and then essentially, hopefully, be onboarded into Web3. So I love the idea, and I totally nicked that from Pudgy Penguins, by the way, because they did that with their little plushies. I love the idea that a kid could go into Toys R Us, see a little penguin, and all of a sudden be onboarded into Web3 if they choose to be. And I think giving that choice and not forcing it down people's throats is really truly how we're going to onboard people into this space, because I think no one likes to feel like they've been sold something. So again, that was very, very key for me, is to create something that people can read and enjoy, but they don't have to come into Web3 if they don't want to be. But if they do, there are lots of cool things that they can sort of unlock as a result of that. So that's hopefully that wasn't a too long-winded answer to your question.
So are you using like a QR code directing them to your website, or?
So what we've actually done is I used the book that we've created as also a little. We have a
Mhm.
little section in it which is almost like an onboarding into Web3. So we've said, if you're interested in finding out more about NFTs, you can check out these websites. So we've created obviously like the Pixelsaurus website, but we also have links to
Mhm.
things like OpenSea and Magic Eden. And then also links to wallets as well. So if you want to create a Coinbase wallet, or if you want to create not Firefox, sorry, the what's the other one?
MetaMask.
MetaMask.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've given options in the book as well to actually say to people, well, yeah, these are where you can go to find out more information. And again, it's very light. It's not sort of
Yeah.
like pushy or anything like that. And then we've included links to our collections there as well. So it just adds as a little resource, and a way of or an opportunity really to sort of educate people a little bit. So yeah, that's how we've done that.
Nice one. No, I'm hoping I can figure out the Shopify thing. I figure if you can download music, you're just downloading the file. So you should be able to download a PDF or an EPUB or a Mobi file, whatever, whatever the readers read by having your NFT.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that ability to sort of snap in those as downloadable options absolutely should be available on something like Shopify. I mean, certainly as they embrace Web3 a little bit more, I think that's a no-brainer.
What chains do you like
Um,
for your creative process? Poly?
so again, I don't want to sort of I don't want to be negative about Polygon, but I,
Yeah, yeah.
I've mainly been on Ethereum, and also Blast is the other blockchain as well. We are going to be doing some ordinals, which we're calling rawdinals. Couldn't help with the play of words there. But no, the only reason why I've stayed away from Polygon is just purely because so many of my friends in this space have had things airdropped to them by Polygon. It was also Arbitrum as well. And I've just kind of just stayed away from it for that reason, really. And that's not to say that it's a bad blockchain, because it's absolutely not. There's some amazing stuff being created on there. It just wasn't for me. Maybe that might change in the future, but certainly Ethereum, just because of the footfall, really. I mean, Ethereum has a lot of footfall. I guess I should also look into Solana a little bit more, because that's obviously getting a lot of eyes on it as well at the moment. So, and I heard some great things from the event that happened recently there as well. So, yeah, no, I think, yeah, mainly Ethereum, and Blast was the other one as well, just because I was just blown away by the amount of dApps and creations on that particular blockchain. It certainly piqued my interest over Base. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you've sort of experienced that particular blockchain, but yeah, that was definitely of interest.
Okay, no, I have not looked at Blast. I stopped at looking at base and stuff because in my my research, it's just they're all kind of just different bookstores, if you would,
Yeah, it's a great analogy
especially when
for sure.
you know when you're doing it like that, and when you're seeing artists like selling one song for 1 Bitcoin. That's amazing
Yeah, I mean,
for what we're capable of, when we tap into this technology wholeheartedly.
yeah, and I love the fact that people are doing so many different things on so many different blockchains, and in some cases, I know it's a little bit more extreme, but then you've got people like DGods, who, I mean, it's like he's making the world's the most intricate omelette. He's on this blockchain, he's on that blockchain, and I think, look, whilst you can arguably say maybe he's doing too much, I actually do admire Frank for the fact that he loves to experiment and try new things. And I think, if you don't try new things and if you don't experiment, then you don't know. So I think it is good to sort of be a little bit more open-minded, for sure.
Um, what advice would you have for any future founders
Um,
having about to turn 3 in your whole process?
Yeah, certainly in the 3 years I've been here, I would still, I would say, keep it organic. Don't be lured by those DMs that you get where people say, "Oh, we'll give you X amount of followers, or we'll get you loads of new holders for your project." It's 9 times out of 10 they're all rubbish. There's no substance to that whatsoever. Keep it organic, because I think by doing that you get a much higher quality holder. I think I'd say probably about 90% of our holders are long-term holders, because they have either spoken to me in person, or we've been in spaces together, and they actually know what the project's about and what we're actually building. And I think that's something that's been so valuable to me, is to be able to have long-term holders. Obviously we've got the fist up there from Benjamin, and he's one of our holders, as is a Hilo girl there as well. And I just think, having people like that in your project is one of the most amazing things, because you've got people who are going along the journey with you. Another bit of advice I'd say as well is to, like we said earlier on in the space, is to come out with utility, sure, but only do it at the right moment, and do it so it evolves with your project. Don't just do it because, oh, you've seen another project do it. Another thing as well is, and I like to use this project as an example, is that there are much bigger projects that are doing things that you are doing, and the number one thing that you mustn't do is compare yourselves to other projects. There's a great project called Clanosaurs on the Solana blockchain, and I always think to myself, gosh, if I had 1/10 of their budget, imagine what I could do with Pixelsaurus. But then what I do is I realize, well, actually, with 1/10, or less than 1/10 of the budget of Clanosaurs, look at what we've accomplished so far. Imagine what we'll be able to do at some point in the future. So I always think about that. I always think that, no matter what other people are doing, focus on what you're doing. And they're amazing, by the way. I just want to put that out there. I love what they've done. I love the fact that they've got all the little thumbprints and things on their little dinosaurs. I love all that. It's so good. But really focus on what you're doing, and don't compare yourself to other people, because you are the one and only you in this space. And by keeping your eyes down and focused on what you do is how you're going to see that through to conclusion. So really, yeah, don't be influenced by other people in that way.
Oh yeah, no. Comparison is the thief of joy. So they
Yes,
say.
exactly.
And as our and early in the mornings, they recite this all the time that they're like, the moment it's from Epictetus. It's like the moment we are tempted to seek approval outside of ourselves is the corruption of our integrity, which is your destiny. You're not going that way. It might be okay to kind of investigate what they're doing, compare it with what you are doing, break it down, build it back up, and then keep going on your journey. But and I think that's a trap that a lot of folks got stuck in. You know, good founders just coming out the gate, ready to roll, and what's next?
Yeah.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Exactly. I think the other thing as well, the other big pitfall is it's so easy to be downhearted when you've got a quiet week or when you haven't had
Mm,
mints or when you feel like all the attention is elsewhere because it can actually feel like quite a lonely place. And I've been there so many times over the past 3 years. Yes, we've got 4 collections that we've minted out. My latest collection is our biggest one, and it's the one that's taken a little longer to mint out, just purely because the whole market has been all over the place. We've had the bear market, we've had God knows how many different meme coin runs. Everyone's attention is on the next big shiny thing, and I think it's so easy to feel downtrodden and downhearted. But what you just have to do is just keep powering forward with your mission and your goal, because unfortunately this is what causes the death of so many projects, is when people feel that they've failed, or they're not getting what they want, and then they just give up. And I just don't have that in me. I can never give up from my project, and I think that's why I think we've survived 3 years in this space so far, and why I know for a fact we're going to be here for another 10, 20, 30 years. I'm just, I just want to keep that message out there of, no matter how gloomy it can seem sometimes, you just got to keep powering forward on your goal and your purpose in the space.
oh, 1,000%. Dedication, hard work, and patience.
Yeah,
And for
and
creatives like
honesty, and
us,
some,
there is no recourse.
yeah,
To take the island, we got to burn the ships.
it's so true. I was going to say that the last thing as well, the important thing, the other important thing is just to be honest and transparent and nice, because I think that's the other thing. It doesn't cost anything to be nice to people in this space, and I think sometimes people feel like they're getting clout by being a little mean now and again. I certainly haven't felt that myself, but I've seen other people and figureheads in this space do that, and you can get so far just being a nice person. I think people would rather align themselves with someone that's nice and kind to others than disparaging and or anything like that. So I think that's it. I like to align myself with people who are kind in this space, and they stand by things that they say as well.
Oh, 1,000-fold. Now, you've got some of the toys, right, in your office or study area, your creative zone. Do you ever find yourself creating scenarios with the toys in your study or office?
I have the visuals of all those toys in my head almost 24/7. I mean, I think my family joke that I've got Peter Pan syndrome, because it genuinely, if you look in we have this whole thing called the Lego cave, which is just like this. It's basically a souped up shed which is just full of Lego and action figures and things like that. It's basically my museum of my own childhood, basically. So it's just all of the things I've loved growing up, and I think going into that now and again is so important, because it essentially it's like dipping back into a little creative pool. So whether, like you're saying about the action figures, if I look at like the Velociraptor from Jurassic Park, for example, sometimes I use like the color schemes and things like that in some of the designs I put out there or whatever. But yeah, I'm constantly drawing inspiration from those kind of things. I think that whilst I certainly don't have as much as I had when I was a kid, toy wise, what I do have is kind of like the best of what I remember of having back then. I've rebought a lot of it as an adult, which I have no shame in admitting. But yeah, no, I think if you can sort of hold on to some of those things and really draw inspiration from them, yeah, definitely have them around. I mean, I've always got something around me that I can look at. I've got an R2D2 Lego figure in front of me. I've got the Velociraptor from the original Jurassic Park action figures in front of me. All those kind of things. And yeah, no, they've been really invaluable to the creative process.
A thousandfold. I have a whole study just tricked out with a random assortment, from the childhood, like mix match Ninja Turtles. Makes sense though. Multiverse,
Yes, love
baby.
it, love it.
Multiverse of turtles. What are we doing? Donatello's crazy out there, and just with that, tapping into the buried self, the one that gets buried underneath all the trauma of lived life, having to adapt, overcome, constantly deal with our own mortality and the fadingness of the world, so we create the art to draw the line in the sand to state that we were here and this mattered. It had meaning, and this is the story. In a world this precious, this incredible, you know, we ought not leave it without having left some creative mark, to lend our verse to the timeline of history.
It's true. I mean, there's one thing I always think about is, and this is going to really unearth the geek that's within me, unfortunately, but there is an episode of Doctor Who, which is a sort of science fiction TV series here in the UK, and worldwide. But there was this one episode which is, I think it's got like the largest like library in the world, and I just love the idea of like a repository of all human creation from the past, 10,000, 20,000 years. And I love the idea that at some point in the future, anyone that's written a book is going to have some sort of stamp of their little contribution to this world that exists all this time in the future. So, and that's the great thing about digital. It doesn't age. It's always going to be there. So I love the fact that we can, create stories, we can create things that other people can enjoy no matter what at some point in the future as well.
Oh, 1,000%. I think that's how we extend the Promethean courtesy, to those next generations, not just the seven, but everyone after that. If not, we should just hit the button now, end it all. If we can't look towards them, and I think telling stories, hearing stories, reading stories, I think that whole process is where we will find, our humanity, our humors, those six traits that every human shares, you know, not just our, opposable thumbs and stuff like that, but our humor, our wit, our eroticism, our intellect, all that stuff, all these different, they're basically the arts. Uh, that's what makes us human. And any creature that does something in an artful way, like a mockingbird or a dolphin or a whale or whatever, it makes us stand outside of ourselves. It pulls us in stark contrast to gawk with awe at the ubiquitous wonder of our everydayness and hopefully untether us from the state that we found ourselves bound to, so that we can raise the stage, which is kind of like one of the malafflictions of our times. But luckily, we get to gather here each and every day to the delta where the bones of our ancestors have gathered and have these conversations to tell these tales around the digital bonfire as our predecessors would have. And we're not just gifted with mere grunts and giggles, but we have a whole pocket family that's emerged from these primordial wastelands. It's the source. What you got, bud?
Oh, 100% agree with you. I think, for me personally, it's about escapism as well. I mean, creating stories for me is about escapism. And like you say, like there are no governments well, unless you create them in your story, but there are no governments, there's no tax in the worlds that you create. It's like, it's just something that everyone can share and pass on and, be a part of. And I think, again, that's one of the other things about Web3 for me is creating something that you can escape to and feel like is almost like a safe zone, a safe place. that you can sort of escape to, read stories, be around other holders, other friends, and things like that. And like you say, digital fireplace. It's an amazing analogy, but it's so true. I think again, even when we're talking about things like the metaverse. I see that a further extension of that. I love personally what Yuga are building with the other side. I love the idea that we can all, be in a world like that together and, have fun and, have meetings or whatever. And, there's so much creativity that I'm seeing on a daily basis in Web3. So, no, I love the digital fireplace analogy for sure.
Well, home is where the hearth is. And I think as a species, the hearth has kind of been dying down. It's smoldering, if you would. Charles Dickens probably painted it best. Uh, just those lumps of coal, Mr. Scrooge. Because when he was showcasing not just the wintertime, but the heart had grown cold. Cold as one fireplace with a lump of coal. And it's important that we figure out how to shed the film of familiarity and continue to make art out of our lives, continue to inspire others to what we forgot we forgot. But that's what happens when you just write stories all day long, people. You get a little wackadoodle, and it's hard to step on people's backs just to get to the top. Straight to the moon. Art saves us all. Hey, you want to hear some music inspired by Pixelsaurus, created by Uncle Jew? It's the best. We'll do the claw. How about that? We'll try
Yeah,
that. Hopefully I don't fudge this up. I enjoy both
I
of them.
like that one as well. It's a good one.
Let's see what we got here. Nope, ain't got it right yet. Don't worry, Muzza. We're gonna dial this in. We gonna get this. We're gonna get this right. Or not. Anywho, as I the best, build it in the open. Knowing me, I probably clicked on the wrong button. What are we doing? Speakers, headphones. We don't even have it powered on. That's right, people. Trying to save the planet, messing up my own productions. Let's see here. Yamazazuki. Nope. He's up. He's out. All right, now let's see how this sounds. Fail all the way around. That's so crazy. That's
Damn it!
so crazy.
Epic fail everywhere. I tried to spin.
Everywhere.
I
The
didn't.
moon must be in
Well,
retrograde.
I tried to pin something in your thing, and I was like, "Hey yo," press button, and then nothing's happening. Yeah, it's up. There we go. Now it's
Ah, there it is. Whew.
Pixel brought the claws out, whoa, Pixel brought the claws out. Rappers going all out. That done brought us all out. Pixel he the one leading the charge. He the one leading the charge, yeah. He the one leading the charge. He the
is
one
on
leading the
great.
charge, yeah. Pixel brought the claws out, whoa, Pixel
Yeah.
brought the claws out. Rappers going all out. That done brought us all out. Pixel he the one leading the charge. He the one leading the charge, yeah. He the one leading the charge. He the one leading the charge, yeah. Rappers popping out. It's the season 2000 deep. I'm being honest. We gon' wake you up if you sleeping. Ain't no way in hell you missing us. It can get Jurassic in this park. Velociraptor settle all of us. Vibes always try to keep them friendly. That ain't gotta mean we ain't tough. Everybody overcoming issues. Ain't no way together we gon' lose. Tap into that beast, that little thing. Telling you now one day you gotta choose. Customize your rap to your liking. Up to 3 traits you can choose. Full IP, that's all you. Full IP, do what you do. Back in that mode again. 8 different levels of rarity come with these claws. I'm back in that mode again. Once all my dinos link up, we gon' shake up the party. VIP section, strictly good vibes. Bring your claws out, let's have a good time. If you in Web3, it's been a while. Ride the picture king with the family fun vibes. We just getting started. Oh yeah, shout out to artists. Oh yeah, turn up, I got you. Oh yeah, let me see all those rappers. Oh yeah, this a new chapter. And we going back to back with the anthems. Each design handmade and original. Shout out to Jakey, cause boys, he killing them. Hey, shout out to Millie too.
I knew your kid
Additions, they
was Jake.
shaking the room. We in the building, they know what we do. Family dynamic, this ain't nothing new. All of these claws, who letting them loose? This a takeover, we stomping the globe. Rap the zoo bite if it's really some smoke. Pixel said chill until you say go. Then it's just go. Pixel brought the claws out. Whoa, Pixel brought the claws out. Rappers going all out. That done brought us all out. Pixel the one, he the one leading the charge. He the one leading the charge, yeah. He the one leading the charge. He the one leading the charge, yeah. Pixel brought the claws out. Whoa, Pixel brought the claws out. Rappers going all out. That done brought us all out. Pixel the one, he the one leading the charge. He the one leading the charge, yeah. He the one leading the charge.
There we go. He the one leading the charge.
I have to say, I absolutely loved that Uncle Drew was able to put that together. I mean, because he sort of said, "What do you want in it?" And I was like, "Well, look, there's the fact that we got 8 levels of rarity. The kids help out. He literally hit every single thing on there. So he did a fantastic job. And yeah, no, I love it. And I think any collection I've got coming out now, he's the first one I'm going to hit up to do the anthem for it.
Please, no, please. And then, okay,
Wait, Pixel,
Pixel
was there
Stars
another one?
album.
Was there another song?
There was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You had 2,
I got
right?
it right here.
Yeah.
I got it right here. I don't want to hit y'all with it back to
No, that's
back.
fine, because I was like, that one's good. I'm like, I know there was another one. Was that the second one, this one?
That was the second one,
Mhm.
yeah. And then
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
one
yeah,
was
I remember.
for Pixelsaurus Air, which is the
Yeah.
pterodactyl one. Yeah, he did a great one with that one as well.
Nice. Yeah. That's your uncle.
Now, how many Pixel Stars are in each collection? You said there's 5.
Yeah, 5 collections, but they're super small. I mean, the first 2 were direct to OpenSea. So I think collection 1, which is Bronto, has 520. Collection 2, which is Rex, has 500. Then we moved to a smart contract for Pixelsaurus Tri, which has 1005. Pixelsaurus Air has 1005, and then Claw is our biggest one with
Thank you, Rugged.
with 2000. Oh, can you hear me okay now?
Yeah,
Oh,
I got you now.
sorry.
Last one he said was 2000.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay, so I love that though. Like you've just been hitting that mark. How many different varieties do you have like planned out
So
roughly? Nothing that you got to be held to, obviously.
I only have one more for this first sort of phase, and that's going to be Venom, which is the spitting dinosaur. You know,
Oh,
and I just thought
sheesh.
it'd be so cool to do something with that, where we can have like different colored Venom and things like that, and then the frill that it has
Mhm.
around the neck. That you could do something really
Yeah,
cool with
yeah.
that. But obviously, I always have a thing that we never bring out another collection until you've minted out the current one. And like I say, I'm not a 10K guy. I don't believe in doing those personally for me, because each one of these
Hmm.
are handmade as well. So I don't really do generative collections. So these are all sort of handmade. So for me, keeping it small, obviously keeping the supply down as well, means I'm not sort of diluting any of our collections either by doing that.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's got to be some solid foundational building as well. Able to kind of get, like you said, the first one was 512,
But yeah, 520, yeah, it's super small. But I mean, the great thing about that is
but
some.
that's 520. Like that's 520 items. Boom.
Yeah, and the hope is that someday when we get the where all of a sudden the algorithm favors us and it gets picked up, and then all of a sudden everyone goes crazy for Pixelsaurus. The idea that we've got a couple of collections that have very few items in it, they're going to be one of the first ones that people are going to gravitate to, because they're already minted out, but yet there's such a small supply of them. I just think also them being the sort of Genesis collections, they tend to sort of get a lot of interest. So Yeah, no, I just the best part about this is that I enjoy every minute that I'm doing this, and I can't ever imagine not being in Web3 now. It's like my my true joy.
Oh no, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Somebody who's embarking on being a founder of his own pixel collection one day. I love hearing that. Take the leap. Find out it's a feather bed. Amazing. Amazing. I can't wait to see where your story goes. I feel like with narrative and in this on-demand type of culture that we have, Crazy Jack, I cannot get you up. In this on-demand culture that we have, the algorithm is hungry for content. Well, it's hungry for story, good story as well. It's not, it's going to get very tired and be able to suss out all of the nonsense eventually, the clickbaity, blah, blah, blah. I'm beyond social media. I mean, as well as the cash grabs that you see in storytelling, in cinema. Oh God, it's a tragedy. But, with streaming platforms and this on-demand type of culture that we have, everything's on demand. Our music, our friends, our family, everything's boom, 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 finger at the touch of a finger, press of a button. That those who are telling these stories, who keep pressing, you keep pressing, all of us storytellers keep pressing that narrative through whatever medium we come across, we will be able to kind of influence the system by giving it what it needs. Law of supply and demand. It needs good story. And these other schmucks don't have the ability to tell a good tale because they've basically destroyed their imagination through whatever dopaminergic hijinks they ran themselves through to get to this point in life. So we found ourselves at a very important point in history, if even just to lessen the workload for one day of normal 9 to 5, 8 to 5, no paid lunch break, whatever they condemn you to, if only for that and the inspiration of the next 7 generations, that would be enough. Because I mean, you can't even have Bored Ape success and still get called out by Joe Rogan for being a right-click save. Ah, got him good. Crazy Jack, you back?
I'm here.
What's good?
I see Sarah. I see Sarah down there. I see Sarah.
Yup, get her. Say, Sarah, get on up here. Tell us the tales. Lend your verse.
I got first place though.
I know. Gloat in your Maz's face because he missed it. No. Anyway,
I got first place though. Easy win.
easy win. You hear that, Yamaza? Easy. Now,
I
these are
want
every
to.
day, aren't they?
Yeah, that's because I want for Sarah. I want for her.
A dedicated win?
To Sarah, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I'll give you a dedication right now. I dedicate this one to Elon. It's my middle finger because I'm trying to post a picture for the last 15 minutes, right? Yes, I go into my albums, add new media because I do not allow access to all my pictures. This is a story, yes. Okay, so I go in, I press the plus sign. Oh, I scroll all the way to freaking 2022. Why? Yeah, I'm looking for my Triceracop. Okay, I got Triceracop, absolutely. So I go back, I find it, I select it, I add it. Oh, now I go to select all the pictures and none of my pictures are showing up. Oh, where are they? They're all blank squares, black, nothing's happening. Oh, okay. So I try everything. I close it down, I bop around, I do things, I go back in, I can't seem to get it to find my picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I leave the app, I come back. Okay, now I've got it. Oh, I go to edit. Okay, now they're black again. I can't select it. Anyways, I was trying to add my Triceratops, but I can't do it.
Well, dang. Please persevere in your efforts. I want to see this Triceratops. Triceracop? I gotta see the deets.
See, but
But
I was just going to add to that
go
as
ahead.
well, because I think Yamaz is referencing one of the sub themes from our Pixel Series Tri collection. This is the great thing about the storytelling aspect, is that now that we've got 5 collections out there, you can make any one of those older collections current just by releasing a story that's meaningful and tied into it. So that's the plan now, is we're going to release one story every month, which will instantly then be made into a book, physical, and also digital, and immediately it makes that older collection current again. So that's again why I'm so thankful to this storytelling aspect, is because it's genuinely adding and making your NFTs meaningful, and by adding to that lore and adding to that content, it's constantly relevant. So I just love the fact that we can do this.
1,000-fold, man. The cover of my series, my book series I'm coming out with. I have the NFT. It's the very first one I created. It was inspired by people, and I didn't understand NFTs, and I was like reading the CryptoPunks. I was like, all right, it's gotta be super small so it can be on the chain, described or whatever, doing this thing. And so I've made these 48 by 48 pixel unicorns. And they it basically will evolve through the 9 books, but the cover will evolve with one of them from the collection, and they're of course in the story in a fun team mascot semi arc type of way. They help out a lot.
I love the fact that you do
But
48 by 48 as well. That's literally that's the gospel that we've done all of
it
our.
looks good.
Yeah, I love it. I agree. I think it's a good ratio for sure.
Like it gives you, it's like it because 24, you're pretty close. It's pretty snug on there.
It is, but 48 gives
And
you that detail that you need.
oh yeah, yeah, no, like, and I do like and I can do just small pixelated background stuff, and anyway, but the collection will be kind of just embedded in the narrative, and when you look at the circumfusion, the novella or the Sketchy Apes community, everything that we wrote about was inspired uh, by the traits of Hash Lips and the conversations they were having in the discords and all the bits and bobs and scraps, kind of woven together into this fantastic tale. And there is something beautiful about that. I don't know what it is. Like, it makes it feel like it's more than meets the eye. It's more than a book. It is almost a living arc, and if only we had the tech to print books with dashes in the margins so you could fold the pages down and create a sculpture, a 3D sculpture, so you have enough stories collected as to the Pixelsaurus anthology, let's just say I think it's about 400 pages is what you need, maybe 400 or 500 pages, and you fold them all down and you create a 3D Velociraptor or whatever random assortment you're applying to the book. And now the book isn't just on the shelf. It's out in the open, kind of, if they choose to have it displayed that way. And it's inciting people to want to explore that story, wherever it may lead them. Um, and how you've just got, like, how many do you have out now?
Uh,
Because you have one per collection, I guess,
Well, the books,
or
the
yeah.
stories, yeah. So no, the idea is that we're going to have a whole library. So we're starting off this month our first release, which comes out on the 20th. Legends of Spectre Forest. That's going to be the Claw collection, and then we've already announced that the next one is going to be for our Air collection, and that's going to be called Journey to Venger's Gate. So we're just going to be hitting up a new one every month, and if I find that one month I need a little more time, I'm not going to pin myself to like have to do it within a month, because I think that
Oh,
then the story writing starts to suffer if you feel like it becomes a chore and that you've got to really fit things in. So I'm going to take my
everything does,
yeah, exactly.
you know.
I mean, I think it's perfectly doable, one a month, but I'm gonna see how it goes, and that's the plan, is to release one a month and go from
What are
there.
you thinking? What are you thinking lengthwise for the
Oh, so
story?
these are all short stories. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
you're looking at about a 22 to 30 minute read. So they're all short
Okay.
stories. The really interesting thing about
It's
that is I was really keen on it being able to be a hardback, even if it's a really thin one. I just love the
a nice one.
yeah, I love the
Yeah.
feel of a hardback, and in order to
You
do
doing the art on the inside too?
yes, that's right. Yep. So we're doing it on the inside, and I'm doing it like full quality as well on Amazon, which is good, and offering that as an option. But the other cool thing is I realized you have to have a minimum 79 pages to be able to do a hardback. So that's the great thing. What I've started to do is towards the end of the book there are a few blank pages, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you'll see that there are a couple of little messages as you get towards the end of the book. So there's only about 10 blank pages towards the end of the book, but on a couple of those pages, it's almost like a trailer for the next story. There's going to be little sort of two line sort of teasers on what the next story is going to be. And I think it's just a cool little way of, like they do at the end of the Marvel movies where you've got a little extra scene. That's kind of what we're going for at the end of the story is we're going to have a little sort of teaser for the next one.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
And it also helps you to fill out the 79 pages, which you need. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Well,
works.
and shorter is sadly is better. Um, just in my experience and my research, us as a reading species engaging with language and the dialectic, we have conditioned ourselves towards this title, this catchy title, short stanza. Here's another bold title, stanza title type thing. So we have a lot choppier senses when we're reading. And I think that as a creative, though, it's okay to be able to work within the confines of that bonsai box, because that's kind of how you break out of it. Because we have to retrain ourselves, to be able to enjoy that. And if you can capture them with image and story, suspended them from the everydayness, then we will have done something quite remarkable.
Yeah,
If for a moment.
I do think that we are in the era of short form content, and I think I think
Yeah.
that's the other element of being able to create something. Oh, there you go. He's put up his triceratops. I love it.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, look at that cool
I don't know if
thing.
you
I
just
love it.
saw it.
Yeah, it took like 20 minutes
Yeah.
When
just to get the
when are you
picture.
gonna make a
Thanks,
little
Elon.
sticker of that and stick that around New York, Yamaza?
Oh, yeah.
Well, man, I
Sticker
forgot they
mule.
had the
Come on,
deal.
baby. They got the
They just had the
deals.
deal on the 300 circle stickers for like I don't even remember. But
Dude, I'm taking elder
no, I
horns that
remember
way.
when you were set. Yeah, when you were talking about it, I remember there was the option to add the story into the metadata when you
That's
minted it.
right. Yeah, and it's
And you got to pick the
yeah.
gender. Let's go, making the
Exactly,
rarities different.
exactly.
I remember.
That's
I
it. I love
remember.
it. So yeah, it's available on the website pixelsaurus.io. It's completely free. It doesn't cost any gas to customize it. And the best part is that once you've done that, the traits get sent through to us, and then we write a backstory based off of the traits that you've chosen, and then that gets fused
Ooh.
to the metadata as well. So yeah, we do that for every one of these that people customize. And like Yamaza said, it actually affects the rarity, so it can actually increase the rarity of your pixel source. So yeah, again, I just love the idea that people can be a part of the story.
Um, oh man, I love that. Space Addicts does something similar with that, where you can create a new asset and you give him the traits and stuff, but in a very cool comic book way, you get to write the blurb, the little story for him on there. It's just something special about it. So of course I had to tether it to my own novel because I'm fucking ridiculous like that. First chance, I'm like, is that a story? I could tether it to my work. Perfect. You better watch out, Pixel Source. I'm having the Elden Horns come from real lands.
I love it. I think if we can have the merging of worlds as well. This is the other good thing. Is like everyone talks about collabs, but very few people actually truly collab. And I think if we can find a way to collab different worlds together, that'd be a great idea.
one of my things that started out early on was I was collecting just stories when I was looking at NFT collections, and it did not lead me financially, uh, you know, in a good way, but it left me with some very fun narrative tales to understand the scope of my own story. And I was choosing apocalyptic themed instances because I had to showcase this world emperor resetting the world 333 times. So that's 333 different apocalypses. What would they look like? And I kind of got to derive a lot of inspiration from this ecosystem. More than worth more than the money that I lost for sure. More than just the community as people champion. There's a true fire of inspiration here. It is a wellspring of abundance, especially for the creatives to dip their pen or their ladle or their brush into. Because I think that the mythos of the sad, lonely artist is shakingly coming to an end
Yeah, especially as
because
we've
we
got
are.
these communities that we can meet other sad lonely
Mhm,
artists, and we can all sort of do it together.
exactly.
No, I sort of I do jest a little bit because I think the other positive thing about this is the fact that we all uplift each other as well. Even the community members who aren't necessarily artists. I mean, the amount of times I've been on my Discord after a long day and had a nice comment from one of our holders or something. It's like that really uplifts you. I think that's the great thing about this space. It doesn't make it, whilst it can be lonely in the sense of, you're all in your individual, houses or offices or whatever. The fact that we can all come together under a common interest is one of the true gifts of Web3.
Big fact. No, no, no. For far too long, we've been divided by what identifies us instead of being united by what inspires us. And it takes a village to raise a child, and the heart of the artist is the child. So we never stop needing the village. That's why I surround myself with trinkets of my childhood, to rekindle the creative wildfire, so that I can hopefully pull out something of significance for others to enjoy, as we
I
wander
wanted
through.
to steal from that a little bit because I actually like the analogy that we're not that we well, not the analogy, sorry, I like the thought that we never really stop being children in a even in a small way. I think there's a little bit of us that always carries a little bit of that in us, that we sort of like can dip back into now and again. And I think, whether it be something that inspired you as a child or whether something affected you as a child, you carry that through into adulthood. And I think that's something, obviously, in some NFT projects as well, that can be what has inspired people to do what they've done. So I do like that idea that we can sort of carry a little bit of our inner child with us into adulthood.
Oh yeah, like it's what we must do, especially since the antithesis of that is the pedigree of trauma that we carry with us into adulthood, mistaking those masks to be ourselves. We ought to lend a hand to bring forth the child within. But I tackle all of that and more in my upcoming work. Shameless promotions aside. This is hard, dude. It has been amazing chatting and chilling with you
Oh no,
today.
thank
I know it's
you.
a little after 5. I don't want to keep you too long, and we will definitely bloviate all on the stage, play some songs, yell at the freaks.
I was just going to say thank you so much for having me on here. It's been great to reconnect as well because I know we originally came from the the apocalyptic apes community, and I think
Yeah.
one of the most positive things that came out of that is the people that we met along the way. Founder aside, the people the people who we met along the way and stuck with, and I think that's been one of the real sort of takeaways. So no, I've always appreciated you guys. Yamaza, Blast from the Past and May J as well. I see down there in the listeners. So no, thank you so much for having me on your space today, and it's been really good sort of chopping it up with you.
Likewise, bro. Please stop by anytime. I definitely enjoy the nature of the conversation, man, and being able to converse and parry. These are mental dojos, where we have to kind of aggregate to figure it all out. And having this conversation with you today has definitely helped kind of clarify my own publishing journey that I'm going on as I'm trying to, you know, attach the ISBN and the copyright and figure out trademarks and attach that to a bank account and all these, just different paperwork, different bureaucracies on top of the formatting and getting the images to look right. When are you thinking that you're going to publish?
20th of October is when we're going to do it. So yeah, we've just gone through we just
Ooh,
got approved today for the Kindle, and we're just waiting for the final approval on the paperback and the hardback. But it shouldn't be a problem at all. It's all ready to go. And except the only issue is that I'm a perfectionist, and every time I think I've got the final cover,
yeah.
I keep adding to it. But
Oops.
one really cool thing we did over the last week is we've said that anyone that mints a Pixelsaurus in these next 7 days will get a spot on the acknowledgements in the book as well. So which means that I'm going to have right up until the 11th hour to resubmit the manuscript. But I think it's a good way of being able to also thank your holders as well. So have a little bit of them in the
Yeah.
book as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a wonderful option that they have there that you can like set it up there. It's like it's on deck. It's ready to go. You just got to hit the final button and you're like, you know what? Here's the better cover. You know what? Here's the updated beta reader version 12.0.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all ready for the New York Times to download it and feature it as their number one book of the week. So yeah, it's all primed and
Right?
ready to go.
What size is it going to be?
6 by 9. Again, that was
6 by 9?
yeah, that
Cool.
was another major headache for me because I was trying to figure out that I didn't want anything
Yeah.
too fat. I liked something a little bit longer, and sort of like, good at, I know it sounds really silly, but something that feels good to hold as well. Yeah, no, we 6 by 9 definitely worked for us.
No, 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 100%. That seems to be the go-to standard. I'm trying to figure it out because my book's a little bit longer. I'm like, does it need to be bigger than a 6 by 9? I don't know.
Play
I'm
around with
willing
it
to
because
wager it as it
the
is.
other thing you can do as well, which is what I've done, is
Hmm.
once you've actually compiled it, you can then order it and then have it sent to you within 5 days. So you can actually feel it and look at it in your hands and say, oh yeah, actually this feels good, or maybe I need it a little more chunky or a little bit wider or a little taller. So that's the good thing about Amazon KDP as well, is they allow you to order
Hmm.
a sort of like a little prototype of your book as well.
What'd that run you,
Oh,
if you don't mind?
literally only about. Well, see, I'm in the UK, so it's about. I think it was about £5-6 here in the UK, which is probably about $7. Obviously, the hardback version is a little bit more because it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
much better quality. But I think even that is less than $15 to get something like that across to you. So it's worth just playing around with it.
No, I'll definitely venture into that next tab once I lock up these beta reader revisions. Ta-dun, 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 ta-dun.
Well,
Oh
I was
yeah.
going to say, Comfort, anytime you want any help or if you need any advice and vice versa, I know I can come to you as well. But that's the great thing about these spaces. We're all here to help each other out. And yeah, my DMs are always open.
Awesome, bro. Awesome, man. Well, thank you for the discussion today. Thank you for your time. We're just chatting and chilling. You can definitely hang out and chill with us, but I know we're on different parts of the world, different timestamps, which is beautiful. Opening up these technosocial wormholes across time and space. I mean, it's nothing short of sheer wizardry.
Isn't it? Isn't it just? I completely agree. Yeah, no, I've loved being here. I've got to go put the kids to bed now, or at least one of them, because my other one's 14. She doesn't need being put to bed. Um, in fact, it's hard to put her to bed because she likes to stay up and talk to us all evening now. But no, thank you so much again for having me, Comfort. I really appreciate it. And yeah, hi to everyone down in the audience there, and thank you for having me. So yeah, all the best.
All right, bro. I got one more song for you on the way out. You ready? Little dinos to the moon,
Go for it. Go
baby.
for it.
Hey, yo, Pixel Source, this is something special for you, baby. I see you and the team been working really hard, man. Let's go. Everybody around us want me a T-Rex, but they don't really know what come with this. What come with this? Everybody around us want me a T-Rex, but they don't really know what come with this. What come with this? Everybody around us won't be a T-Rex, but they don't really know what come with this. Jackie boy in the middle, you're working harder than ever. Got Pixel Source looking better than ever. Yeah, looking better than ever. Got Pixel Source on a whole nother level. Yeah, so where my dinos at? Yeah, we brought them dinos back. We working harder than ever. Got Pixel Source on a whole nother level. Yeah, so where my dinos at? Yeah, we brought them dinos back. I'm a T-Rex. And I ain't gotta say it, cause that's what we rap. We ain't in the riding waves, cause baby, we stand. You can find us in the jungle, that's where we be at. I swear that's where we the deepest. 101 mystical. Eve Jewel in the wing, I swear that thing, it look at you. Dinos to the moon, either say it or we get at you. Diverse collection with exquisite purchase coming soon. Family business, family vibes. Father, son, mob ties. Don't forget them daughter vibes. Late night, babies tired. Sleeping with the pencil and make pixel. That's 1,005 pictures, they all different. Jakey gifted. We dinos on a mission, prehistoric visions. Yeah, we all in. Stop stalling. Jackie boy in the middle, you're working harder than ever. Got Pixel Source looking better than ever. Yeah, looking better than ever. Got Pixel Source on a whole nother level. Yeah, so where my dinos at? Yeah, we brought them dinos back. Pterodactyl addict, see it like it, gotta grab it. Guess the dinos gotta eat. We done got that call that all those dinos about to link, yeah. Don't believe them rumors that us dinos been extinct, yeah. Circling the globe, spotting dinos at these new locations. So much coming soon, we applaud y'all for being patient. Dinos to the moon, on spaces, say it to their faces. Fossils on the move, can't lie, we been getting crazy. I've been thinking lately on where this could take me. They can't question if we make it, we already made it. Out here changing lives daily, you gotta be blazing. Man, this feeling we all getting nothing short of amazing. Yeah, and we all here, and we all in. Jackie boy in the middle, you're working harder than ever. Got Pixel Source looking better than ever. Yeah, looking better than ever. Got Pixel Source on a whole nother level. Yeah, so what my dino.
All right, you crazy, beautiful freaks. That was Uncle Juve. Dinos to the moon. Pixelsaurus. Hey, before you go, did you ever see, is it Dinosaurs?
Yes. Oh my God. So
The aliens
yeah,
where they like
yeah. The one that says not the mama.
no, 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 no. This one,
Oh, that was the
that
best
one was
dinosaur.
Which
amazing.
one? Which one?
Dino saucers. I'm
Oh no,
sorry.
Dino
Dino
Sauce. No, no,
saucers.
no, no. We didn't get that in the UK.
Oh, YouTube
I'm
it?
gonna
You're
YouTube
gonna
it.
love
I've
it.
got something to do tonight.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. You're gonna love
Love
it.
it.
Old school, early 90s dinosaur aliens
Oh, I love it.
that are humanoid that transform into dinosaurs,
Oh, this
for their
sounds
super
good.
ability.
This sounds just up my alley. I'm gonna go check it out.
It's crazy. Yeah. No, definitely check it out. But the show Dinosaurs, the Nata Mama, though,
Yeah,
ooh, classic.
it is a classic,
Was
isn't
that
it?
Jim
It
Henson?
was.
Yamaza, do you
It
know?
was. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
legend,
So good.
legend. Oh my God. The Muppeteers. One of these days, I'm gonna have the Zatoichi figured out. Be my own little Muppet. Have him just talking, running the show for me. Oh, just kidding. I love doing this, you crazy freaks. No Blovio today. You might as well.
He was here.
He was supposed to tell us some stories on stage.
Yeah, right. He told them all this morning. He's all storied
Oh,
out.
speaking of stories, does Heather have some stories?
I mean,
Maybe. Does Comfy have some? Does Comfy have some stories? This is a storytelling extravaganza. Damn, I forgot to ask.
I
I
hope
forgot to
so.
ask Pistol Source if they have some stories they wanted to share. Oops, we got carried away in the convo. It happens. Maybe we'll get them on again. Where are we at? What are we doing? Where are we feeling like popping up? I know where we're going. Follow me while I take you on a blissful journey through some shattered indexes. LTO, what's going on, bud?
Hey, Comfort, Sketchies, everyone. Not much. Just came up to say hello. Nice to be up here for Comfort's couch. Enjoying a nice Monday here in New York. Yeah, pretty much it. Just came up to say hello. Heard you talk about circumfusion. Thank you for that. Definitely an amazing achievement from our community. Check it out if you haven't done so. And I'll ask you to, retweet the space. Why not? You're already here, right? Might as well support.
Oh, I thank you, LTO. Thank you. Oh, look at this. Somebody's out
He
there.
summoned
I
D-Gen.
know.
He said sketchies. Next thing you know, D-Gen's bopping and
Oh,
popping.
wow. Look at that.
Oh, I do have
Poop.
something to
Scooping the
announce.
poop.
There's a special space happening on Monday. We're hosting Hash Lips.
You got a story?
As Weavers, we're hosting Hash Lips, so definitely be on the lookout for that space. That should be fun.
Oh, man.
You said Monday?
Is it middle of the day? Please say no.
Monday at noon Eastern
Oh,
time.
Monday, noon. I
You're
love
off.
it. I love it. Amazing. Incredible time to have that. Thank you, LTO. Definitely share it around so we can get the people in there. Definitely interested to hear what y'all be talking about. Do you have any hints or that you could drop for us?
Yeah, no,
It's up
I
top if you
pinned it
guys
to the
want to see it.
top. We actually just published a nice animation about the events, and you have the Twitter space and everything there, so you can RSVP now if you want. But it's gonna be about hackathons and how you can find other opportunities in Web3. So Hashlips, he has much knowledge on that. We at Weverse we host hackathons, so you're gonna be able to learn a lot, and maybe even end up participating in our permahacks hackathon, which will be nice.
Can I learn how to hack?
Good question.
No? I want to learn how to
What are you
hack.
gonna hack
Let
though?
me in. I need a hackathon.
Join permahacks. Maybe there you can learn.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you like the models and stuff, the modules.
Yeah, not like hack, like steal people's shit. I'm going to hack the code, right? Hack it up good. Change it up.
Change it up, do some stuff.
I don't know anything about it, by the way. Yeah. You're right. I'm not going to do it.
It depends on what you want to do. Blockchain development,
But I'll go
dApp
listen to the space.
development,
I'm just not going to do the hacking.
contract.
Can't we just get an
Yeah.
AI to hack for me? Like, wouldn't that be easier?
Soon.
Oh, Heather.
Very soon.
Okay. Can I get the AI to hack for me? Let's see. Here we go. We got ChatGPT right here. Hey, can you hack for me? I can assist you in hacking. Oh, I can't assist you in hacking or any illegal activities. Damn it. All right.
Is it just assuming that hacking is illegal?
Yeah, it says, sir, I can't assist you with hacking or any illegal activities, but if you need help with legitimate technical tasks or advice, feel free to ask. I'm here to support you with things like
Then you can
coding,
say,
tech
I can't
solutions.
access my bank system. Can you help me get into it?
Yeah, can you teach me to hack Arweave?
Do with really showing the freaks the value of what they've spent their time and money and energy and effort towards, which is each other. The only way
I can't help it. It's like a little cuddly kitten. Got it just sitting right there on the armrest, ready
Love
to
that.
make it, ready to ruffle them up. I love it. I need as many Leo sound bites as possible.
I
I need
love it.
like
It's
my own
awesome.
fat Pink Panther Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh, is he not in here? I thought he was in here. I just heard him.
It was
Interesting.
magic, magic of
Like Leo on
two.
demand.
Exactly. Ozzy does it so much better though. Holy moly. BJ, you walking the dog? How you living? What's going
Yep.
on?
Walking the dog indeed.
Nice one.
Good evening.
You scooping that
Ugh,
poop?
the worst.
No, I left it behind. Always.
Even better. Gangsta.
I already have 50 pictures of my dog taking a shit for my shit coiners NFT project. So it's building up.
Okay.
Great, we got to hear about this every time he walks the dog, and that's every time we're going to hear from him. Damn it.
Yep. So you can
Is
count
it
with me.
so what's the total supply?
I don't know. I'm not in a rush. My
Unlimited.
dog isn't either. So yeah, it's most of the times one picture a day. So you can imagine for a 10K supply. Yeah, just starting.
Oh, DJ, did you get your bit beast?
Nope.
Oh, did you answer my text message?
Did I answer your text message?
I'm not you.
Hmm.
Comfort. I asked him to send me the link. I was going to do it before, but he didn't
Oh,
see it.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Masa, if you wanna use AI to hack, you just ask AI to find an exploit in the code, paste the code.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to tell it, let's say when I say this, you hear this. Can we do this? Yes. Okay, let's go. Let's proceed with making pancakes instead of hacking, right?
I'm
Exactly.
learning Spanish, LTO, so next time I'm gonna.
Yeah, right. I'll test him right now.
No, not right now. I just started.
How do you say question?
I don't know.
Pregunta.
Yeah.
Boom, count it.
I thought I was doing the testing.
Yeah.
You're right. My bad. You go.
Nah, we'll skip it next time. Keep practicing. Good job, DJen. Keep up the good
Keep
work.
practicing.
I really need practicing, but I'm gonna learn Spanish, guys.
It's the best
Anyway.
language. Espanol. The best.
Yeah, and learning one of the Latin languages is good because when you go, like when I went to Italy, the one thing you need to know is numbers, like in paying for shit, and knowing Spanish really helps you understand what they're saying with costs and pricing. It's like one of the only thing that's almost identical in Italian and Spanish is the numbers. Everything else, like you can't, like Spanish won't really help you that much, but when you got to pay for things, oh my god, thank God I knew Spanish.
I can't wait for the day when we're all speaking like 5 different languages, 6 different languages.
Or pretending we do. Ooh, Count
Saint
Saint
Germain.
Germain.
Oh god. Hey,
Exactly.
look,
Just mumble
I'm
some
so
random stuff.
Exactly. Just get really drunk and they'll be like, this guy speaks languages.
oh Sanctus Germanus. I'm still using it though. It's my story to wield for sure.
I was
Happy
telling
pierogi day, just in case anyone's
what
wondering.
What's that?
It's
bullshit. I'm looking this
pierogi
up.
day.
What
Wait, are
happens
you
on
saying what's a
pierogi day?
pierogi? Okay, you better know what a pierogi
But
is
what
then.
happens on
Oh
pierogi day?
yeah, you eat the
You eat them. Tuesday,
pierogies.
October
Yeah,
8th. National Pierogi
I
Day.
But
told
Yes.
you.
This is it.
Not making it
So
up.
what is a
We have a
pierogi then?
giant pierogi. Here, look, I'm
No, you
pinning it.
shut the hell up,
There's a
Dijon.
giant
What is a
pierogi that
pierogi?
we have in Glendon,
how
Alberta,
big?
and
How
it
big a
looks like
giant
it's
pierogi
like a
is?
giant pierogi, and they have
Like a
like a
a house?
sculpture.
No, I
It's
don't
up
like
top.
that.
I've pinned it. You're welcome.
I
Let's
don't
see.
like that though. I like little pierogi. I don't want a
Giant. It has
big.
a fork too.
Let's
It's a
see.
giant fork.
Let's see.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Is it like at the mall with the
Oh
pirate
no,
shit
this
in
is
it?
out in like a small town. We also have a giant Pasanka egg. Like we've got all these weird giant sculptures
Yeah.
all across
Okay,
our province.
so
It's very interesting.
yeah, so Degen pierogies are like Polish dumplings. They're Polish, right?
Ukrainian, actually.
Are they Polish?
Yeah,
Ukrainian. Yeah. No. Oh wait. No. No. Yeah. Or Ukrainian. Okay. So it's funny.
it's
Yeah. It says
Ukrainian here. There's
favorite
a huge
Polish dumpling.
Ukrainian population here.
Okay, yeah. So either or, but basically it's like a potato with a little cheese. Usually it's a little mix,
Potato
right?
and cheese.
Mostly
Oh wow,
potato. Yeah, but
that's
it's like
huge.
so good. It's like a fried
Yeah, it's like a
dumpling,
pot
but
pot.
it's
It's like a
like
turnover. It's like
yeah,
a
but there's
dumpling
something about it.
turnover
Like it
thing.
You
doesn't.
don't have
It tastes way
pierogies? Nobody
different.
knows this? This is like a
Degen,
this is a
Degen does
whole
it
thing
in
here.
Dutchland.
Like
I don't know it.
Oh, I love. Oh, pierogies are like my favorite. When I was a kid, like I could just sit there and just eat because I'm a picky eater. But pierogies, oh my god, just pierogies, little salt, little butter. Let's go.
you can eat them with sour cream. People do too, depending on the type. And then you
Ah,
fry them up with bacon and
sour
onions. Fry
cream.
them
I
up with
love it.
bacon and onions, and there you go. You're good.
Yeah, you could. You know what? You could treat them like potato latkes. You can even put applesauce on them. It's pretty good.
Applesauce.
Dude, don't knock it until you try it. That's like saying French
Now,
fries are no
is
good in
it
a
cold apple?
frosty.
I always want to
Bullshit. They're
know: is
delicious.
it cold applesauce or warm applesauce?
Oh, it's cold. Well, it gets warm eventually, but you want it, that the cold to hot is very nice. It's so good. It's like putting cold cheese on top of the hot pizza
Mm,
slice. You got to do it.
yeah.
Okay, so the best part about this like post is that it is a story too. Like, so I
Okay.
don't know, comfort. I can actually read this story, and then it's
Yeah.
actually my contribution.
A thousandfold. Please.
So, this impressive pierogi in Glendon, 2 hours northeast of Edmonton, that's where I live, weighs 2,721 kilograms. It's the same weight as nearly 98,000 pierogies. Standing at 7.6 meters, it's made of fiberglass and steel, including a giant fork stuck through the middle. Like you didn't see that. Yeah,
Oh, it's not even
the idea
real.
of the pierogi
Bullshit. No.
came in 1993 thanks to Joni Dugnanco, a longtime mayor of Glendon. It was hoped that the roadside attraction could help bring tourists to the community of 493 people.
Wait, hold on. So you're driving down the highway and there's all of a sudden a huge pierogi. That's amazing.
Damn, a real Saint
Nice.
Germain of a situation.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that they were like going for the
Yeah.
Guinness
Like
Book
No,
of
that's the
World
biggest
Records and they
pierogi
had a
ever.
giant
it's a
pierogi.
tourist attraction. As for why the fork is in the structure, that is so people can identify it as a pierogi. The first design without the fork didn't, people went by and they responded that it looked like a cow pie or something. That didn't work for them. The pierogi,
Oh, cow
the,
pie. That's cow shit, people.
the pierogi had an immediate impact on the community. People began to arrive to take pictures of the pierogi while using the services of the town. With
Dude, did
improving
they
the
set up a
economy,
pierogi cart next to it?
they have an
If they didn't
annual
set up a pierogi cart next to it, they're idiots.
they have an annual pierogi festival, and there is a ton of places in Glendon that specialize in pierogi cuisine. And many visitors come to the community to take pictures and enjoy the pierogies in the community. So that's a little piece of Canadian
Oh,
history. There you
Oyster
go.
Fest has to be
Oh,
coming up
I
soon.
love
Oyster
that.
Fest has pierogies. I love the pierogies at Oyster Fest. I
It's
can't
a
Hey, we
wait.
just
tourist
got a little
attraction.
Canadian history. I love that. Amazing.
Can you
On
believe the
to
town
the
of
holiday.
493 people? 493 people.
Well, yeah. They could like that thing's if you stack them all up, that thing's probably bigger than the whole town.
Yeah,
Damn.
no doubt.
They stack all the people up. Nah, pierogies
I mean,
bigger.
I was, damn. What is the biggest
What is this
pierogi ever
shit?
made? How big we talking? Volkswagen size, you think?
I don't know. I don't
What?
know, but it's that
Hmm?
time of year where we end up doing all the pumpkin competitions with the biggest pumpkin grown this year. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you've started seeing them. They're starting to come out in the grocery stores here because they put them on display and like they're massive pumpkins.
What's
It's
the
awesome.
secret to growing that, I wonder? It's beyond the seed, like how do they get them that big? Right amount of shade and light, and
I don't know. I have no idea. We should find that out and we could tell that story next time.
I like it. I mean, we are tiptoeing into spooky season.
There's so many good like spooky stories. There's spooky tales that like I did a whole like deep dive. The Hockey Hall of Fame here, so here's a fun thing.
Hmm.
Um, and there's actually a bank teller that ended her life in that building because it used to be a bank at one point, and they believe that she now haunts that building. And so it's crazy, right? So. That's one that I know of.
Ooh,
There's a whole
I
bunch of
believe
them.
it.
Ghost stories.
Spooky, scary. I think we'll when we get closer to Halloween, we'll have I'll compiled some spooky stories. Or maybe like found an old book, like spooky stories for R.L. Stein Goosebumps, something like that. Break it out, or come up with my own spooky story, or challenge all of you to.
Oh, like the ghost tour we did in Nashville that gave us all the stories of all the ghost stuff. Like Yamaza went on that with me. That was really good. Those are good stories.
There we go. I want to hear some of those.
Oh yeah, son of a
Well,
bitch! They buried one guy in one wall,
okay, in a
another guy
wall.
in the
Oh,
other. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
the
in the
both
wall.
Capitol
of
Oh yeah,
building.
he's in there.
alive.
Oh yeah, and every night they come out and they meet each other in the middle for a duel. You can hear the gunshots ring inside town hall.
Shut
And Shar was
up.
there too. She heard the story too.
Yeah, right.
So I was
Char was
totally
late.
there.
Now, were they alive
Yeah,
at the
right.
same time they
Char.
were
Yeah,
buried in the
Char was there.
I
wall?
Let me
was
get the
with
video.
Heather.
Let me get the video of Char trying to explain to the
Oh
fucking
God.
Char trying to explain to the tour guide why she doesn't have a ticket. Ah!
That's insane.
Char doesn't need a
So
ticket.
ridiculous. Char is so ridiculous, dude. She's like, oh god. Anyways, way to go, Char. You're the best. Did this send? How do I reply? Okay.
Out of hand. Out of hand. No, yes, if y'all could try to just remember some of those stories for our spooktacular storytelling extravaganza. Extraordinary Expo.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Andrew Jackson was there too. He was pissed. He was like, leave, stupid, or something. He called me.
They walled Andrew Jackson up in there?
No, Andrew Jackson is not in the wall. Andrew Jackson's statue is out in front. Apparently, he was a real piece of shit.
Yes.
Uh, real piece of shit. So he's out front riding his fucking high horse, literally. We were out there. The people with the thingy were picking up some noise. I said, "Hey, you ever have a big cum shot?" And he was like, "Leave, dumb," or something like that. Through the thing, I heard it. So
That's out of hand. This is a crazy ghost tour. They got recording
yeah, that was my
devices and stuff like
Well, no,
that.
no, that was not a part. No, that wasn't a part of the ghost tour. We just happened to have some people who were on the ghost
Okay.
tour who were ghost tour, ghost hunters,
Uh-huh.
right? So they came with their things and they were all
I
listening.
mean,
And I was like, I'm gonna hang out with these people. They got the crazy thing with the listening. Absolutely, I want to hear these schmucks.
phew.
A little girl was talking at one point.
Yeah, it was like, no, dumb, leave.
No,
What
all right,
you
Shar,
now
relax,
you might have
okay? It
got
didn't talk to me that way. Jesus,
you might
Shar.
have gotten Kevin McAllister. I'm just saying.
Whole time. No, absolutely. I was thinking that at
Like,
some point they've got somebody around the corner who's just miking into it, It's picking up on the
or you're
waves
just
and he's like,
hitting something like a pre-recorded thing.
well, how'd they know I was gonna be say something dumb and tell me to leave? Oh yeah, you're right.
Because they're ghost hunters on the ghost hunting tour.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, no, it was interesting. They're interesting. The ghosts. They took us all around the
Yeah, the
streets.
brothel that they had, and there was a ghost there apparently.
Yep, it rained on us. Definitely rained. I don't remember the brothel. Tell me about. I don't. Oh yeah, now I remember it. There was like that smoke shop above it or something, right? Oh no, there
Also,
was
the
the
stories about that
Airbnb.
hotel. Remember
Oh, I remember
the
the
gin
hotel.
running
I
or
was trying
That's
to
whatever?
when we
find
were
some
getting.
murderings up
That's
there.
when
The
we were getting
woman.
rained on.
The crying woman.
Yeah, exactly. And the woman's haunting the top floors up there.
Now, was it just an isolated rain cloud over the top of y'all?
Yes,
No, it started raining. Okay, yes.
It makes for a better story, doesn't it?
it does make for a better story. So yes, that's absolutely what happened.
Oh God! And then the best part
Hmm.
is because of Char's
Okay.
disaster. Because like we told him, so we told. Okay, this is what happened. Now I remember. So everybody, I had to go, booked like everybody got the ghost tour tickets without like Shar, I think. Right? Did they leave you out? They left
Me
you
and
two
Heather
out?
didn't
I
have
thought,
That
yeah,
was
me
me.
and
It was
Heather didn't
yeah,
me.
have
like
tickets.
dildos. Yeah, like dildos. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm calling these motherfuckers and I'm getting more tickets.
We're getting them in.
So I call them up and it's through TripAdvisor. So I get them on the phone. I go through the entire thing tonight, this, that, whatever. Oh, she's like, oh, yeah, they have openings. Well, the schmuck on the phone was looking at the next night, right? And booked them for the next night. So I got, we did the things, got it, whatever. Now it's for the next night. But we showed up and Char's like, oh, we spoke to the lady. And then, like, she's the only lady. So then she talks to the owner of the ghost tours who was like, lady, what the? So he wanted to come to make sure everything was all good. So the owner shows up at the end to talk to us about the mix up with the bookings, only because Char's is
He was
oh
busy
god. But
apologizing to us. He was apologizing.
they were real. No, they were. Yeah, he was apologizing at first because he thought somebody on their team screwed it up, but it was actually TripAdvisor. And then, but they were really nice. Yeah, but classic Char. Oh
So
my
free
god,
tour and an apology. Thank you.
How
can't take her
often does
anywhere.
that
This
happen?
Zool. Oh wait, yeah. So Heather had a ticket, and Char didn't even have a ticket, right? Heather had one for the following night, and Char's just sitting there pointing, looking like a lost fucking dog, like, oh my ticket.
It's like, yeah, I realized it was for the next
I never
night.
heard of a
I didn't
ticket.
get
I gotta
it.
get a ticket. What's a ticket? Ticket. Char's the best. Char, what the hell are you doing with the son-in-law tonight?
Well, I left them home with the kids.
Oh, big mistake. He's heading back overseas. He's
So,
gone already.
Char,
I'm going
did you,
to
Mr. Magoo?
I'm going to see my grandson.
Did you, Mr. Magoo, your way
No,
into a
no.
ticket and an apology? Is that what happened?
Absolutely,
Or
absolutely.
Mrs. Magoo, whichever you prefer.
Yeah. She shows up looking lost and so confused. Ah, we bought tickets and but Char never bought a ticket. So, but since they couldn't check in with the ticket
I
from the
did
other
not
night, wrong
lie. I
night, and
did
the
not
woman, and
lie.
we were holding up the and Char were like an idiot. The woman was like, "Let's just get the hell out of here. All right, let's go. We're ghost story. Got time for this shit. We'll just
So
have the guy come at the
Sammy,
end and give
so
you shit."
Sammy, Sarah's here.
Exactly. So Sammy, Char, go hit Sammy up.
What's Sammy doing? Oh god.
Yeah. See,
Huh?
see when he's hosting his a Discord concert.
What? He is?
Yeah, go ask him when it is. He said he was gonna
Oh,
do
when he's
one.
gonna do it.
Yeah, go put the
I
thing
put
in
a
the
big
chat. Be
comment
like,
on
yo,
his did you see he did the Enrique Iglesias song? That hero song?
the what on the Enrique Iglesias? Did you just hear her? Oh, oh,
Char.
who's
Yeah,
Enrique? Who's
Enrique
Enrique?
Iglesias.
Yeah, who's Enrique? Jesus, Char. Oh
Enrique
my,
Iglesias.
she's
That
out of
was
hand, Tio. I
that,
can't right now. I'm
that wasn't
fucking
that
dead.
bad though. That
It
was
was
pretty
kind of
close.
crazy. Like, what did she just say? Oh God.
Did
Right,
anyone
well,
catch the Saturday Night Live skit of Sábado Gigante? That was pretty fun. No,
no.
no, okay.
I did. It
When
Well,
was
you
was
can
super
it?
learn some
funny.
Spanish there.
Oh, there you go. Comfort, you can learn some Spanish. You know what sábado is? Sábado.
Is that Saturday?
It is.
Come on, everyone knows Sábado Gigante. It's huge.
Exactly.
No,
Gigantic.
gosh.
One of these days, one of these days.
Let me see.
What a fun
What was
show.
that? Enrique? Is that what I heard? Enrique, right?
Yeah.
Shiba King, why are you sending me sad faces? What is this? Oh, you're requesting.
Oh, this is great. They redid the. Oh, they just did this. This is this
Hello?
weekend.
Well,
Hello.
Hey
hi.
Sheila.
I,
Why
Hello.
you let him up? Shoot.
a lot of people I know
Exactly.
are up here. So make sure you tell LTO I have him muted. Can't really hear what he's saying.
Hey Shiva. Oh, you know I'm messing with
I
you. Come on, you're
literally
my
can't hear.
friend.
If he's speaking,
Shiva's
you gotta let him
cool.
know I can't hear
He's
him.
forever he's forever gonna be like cold with me. because he got me to
Here
Violetta's
we go
events.
again with this.
And didn't
Jesus
know I was going to be
Christ.
going to her
All right,
events.
I turned
So
everything.
that was all him.
Heather, hi, nice to see you. Comfy, nice to see you. Mazda, nice to see you. LTO, nice to see you. Degener, nice to see you. Rest of the crowd, Sleeper, Sebastian. I don't know. Maybe I know Aaron. I do know Aaron. Aaron, good day. Just stopping by to say hi.
LT, are you saying Sheba's still salty about something that happened like
Like
5
2
months
years
ago?
ago. Relax your Mazda. Donald Trump 2024. But I just wanted to come say
Yeah,
hello
right.
to Comfort because he's the man. Yeah.
Sheba, you're allowed to be salty for as long as
I'm
you
not
want to.
salty. You're the one
Don't
that's
worry.
salty. You bring it up. You're worse than my ex's ex's ex. It's terrible. Just drop it.
I don't know. I don't even know what you're
Just drop
talking
it. Just
about.
say
I
hello when
just
I
meant
come
in
in. Nice to
general.
see you. Hope
Sorry.
you're well. Maybe you'll come in a coffee and bananas. I don't see half of you guys in there. It's one twice a week. Yamaza doesn't even come in. He's too good for that space now. But yeah.
It's Elon's fault. I don't see it on my
It's
feed anymore. I
pinned.
don't know why.
Exactly.
It's
Tell him. You
pinned.
tell him,
Look to my
Tio.
pin thing. Go to my profile. It's pinned every week. Every Monday I pin it. Every Friday I pin for the next episode.
It's work. Work. I blame
Pin,
my
pin,
work.
pin. Check it out. Mondays is at 12 before Peanut Space at 1, followed by Mullet Space, the guy from, who does Lazy Lions and the Ghost, and then the Ape Space. Monday's a long day, and then Friday's at 1. But no, I just wanted to come say hi and support. I'm going bowling soon. Miss you guys very dearly. If anybody's in Florida in the crowd, be safe. Be safe.
You say, have fun at bowling. Good
Thank you,
luck.
Oh
Bank.
yeah, knock them down.
Yeah, you heard I got a little sponsorship from Med Rebels. Isn't that cute? They paid.
I saw that.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
gotta.
Your
cute.
first.
I
Your
gotta.
first.
Yeah, I gotta go put on the damn thing before I forget. Before I go, actually, I have it here.
Hell yeah, you better wear them trademarks, bro.
Hell yeah! No, but no, seriously, I miss you guys. Come by Coffee Bananas. We can talk about whatever you want, as long as it's not, the Democrats. We don't talk about those
Can we
people.
talk about storytelling and
Yes,
blockchain development? Can we
we
talk about liberating the creative mind across the
we can
globe for the next
we can
seven
talk about
generations?
storytelling and liberating the creative mind. We can have a Coffee Bananas
What
storytelling.
about the giant pierogi? Can we talk about the giant
What
pierogi
the
up
hell? What
top?
do you mean, like a real giant pierogi?
I wish it
Why?
was.
That's
It's.
delicious.
I know, but it's not though. It's just that good of an art.
Okay, so yeah, without the
No,
fork, that
wait.
looks
What about
stupid.
permahacks? Can we talk about that
Oh,
and hash lips and sketchies?
since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time.
Wow, that was rude. I'm gonna take that as a no. Go ahead,
Of course
Yamaza.
you can.
Sorry.
Of course you can. Just he said, stop by. Come one, come on. I'm excited for that discussion with Hashlips, and I mean, he just such a wellspring of
Wait, think
inspiration.
about it. He hasn't done a space outside of his monthly space in a long time.
And he's been itching to
So
get
here's a
back.
first.
He's been creating.
This, yeah, this might motivate him to do it more regularly. So definitely show up, support, come ready with questions for him and for us. It should be a fun space. Would love to see a mix of communities there, but a guy can only wish.
100%. A lot of factors involved with people's limited bandwidths. That's why I just interpret these spaces as like it's a podcast, if you would.
Yeah. Or everyone here can retweet and share. That works too.
Right? It always works. But most of the time, they just come in, we start bloviating, people forget what they're doing. They're just in here, engagement farming or zombied out.
Hell
But
yeah.
it deals with people. But no, none but love for everybody who shows up in this ecosystem day in and day out and isn't trying to rug somebody and extract liquidity. Thank you for all the builders out there. Thank you for all the trendsetters, even the influencers. They only get a little bit of love. They already get too much as is. Thank you for all the founders that continue to build.
Wait, you guys are getting paid to be here? What the fuck?
Definitely
I'm
not.
not the right influencer. Jeez Louise.
No, this is an influencer free space.
Oh God, you guys are getting paid?
Technically, I'm getting
Okay,
paid right now,
so
but
I'm
Oh,
here, and
Where are you here at?
Here,
I
present.
am at
What the hell are you talking
I'm at
about,
Crazy
Star?
Eddie's brother's house. That's where they're having the dinner
What
Oh,
the
tonight.
she's
What the
telling us
fuck?
a story.
hell?
Okay, Crazy Eddie's.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
So this is the first time I've
Wait, why is there dinner? Wait, why is there dinner on a Tuesday night? Are you guys having pierogies
well,
for
you
the
remember
pierogi
they were
night?
all down in Florida. Now, they're back and let's see everybody, blah
Let's all
blah.
hang out and kiki. That's nice.
All right. Did you tell them? Yeah, let's have a Diddy party. Did you tell them
Whoa.
that?
Oh no, I don't think
Yo, did
so.
you tell them? Yeah, did you tell them? Did you tell them
Now I
that
gotta,
it's
now I gotta,
National Pierogi
now I
Day?
gotta 18 the
Did
space.
I tell
Yeah.
them
Damn it.
what?
Oh
His
God.
face has been flagged now because he said the D
I
word.
know. What the heck?
Did you tell them it's National Pierogi Day? They should
Oh
have
really?
Yeah.
Oh
pierogies.
okay. I'll keep it in mind. I'll let them know.
It's
But
also Taco
No, you better
Tuesday.
let them know now. It's already 6 p.m. How the hell are they gonna get
they're
pierogies for dinner if it's already 6
not
The
p.m.?
going
pierogi
to.
Call
store
Crazy
closes at
Eddie.
like 4
It's
p.m.
it's going to be a matter of
The pierogies
yeah.
store.
It's
But
true though.
anyway, this is yeah, it's a brand new home, so I'll take some pics.
Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a brand new
It's a brand
home.
new home. They just
Who's?
bought it. I just told you. It's Crazy
Crazy
Eddie's
Eddie.
brother.
Something about Crazy Eddie
Oh, his
them having
brother.
dinner and
Okay,
they
I was
bought a
gonna
house.
say,
You're not keeping up with
no
this.
way Crazy Eddie has a new house. His house is a fucking
I'm
the
literally a
complex.
stoner and I'm keeping up with this conversation.
Oh my god. Yeah, and so yeah, this is going to be very nice.
That's where the prices are insane.
Yeah, they are. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I kept not going when they were building it, but now it's going to be the finished product, and she has it all set up because they've been in here all summer doing the setups, and yeah, so
Well, Shar, enjoy your dinner. I
yeah.
myself have to attend to some prior engagements.
Oh, that
I want to
sounds
thank everybody for
wonderful.
stopping by. Remember, drink plenty of water, stay mindful of your posture, and continue to be positive and love your lives.
Thanks for the space.
Oh, yeah.
Take care,
Thanks for stopping
everybody.
by. Till next time.
To really see that in Techno's social wormhole full color VR IRL is just that, because this is great, but being around the energy of
Ow,
these
ow.
freaks in 1 or 2 cottages on the ocean, shit, bro, that is success. That is what I'm here for. I want to tackle Rap's East ass right in the middle of the damn beach. Country strong too, Rap D. I don't know if you know about that from wherever you are.
It's schnitzel time. Gotta wake up early, put the chicken on the press, put the bread it up. We gotta try our best. It's schnitzel. It's schnitzel time.